Hey guys, before we get started, I just want to say I think you're all pretty ugly. Ew. This has been a reenactment of what the internet is constantly telling us all the time. You really can't open TikTok without seeing an endless amount of morning routines, nighttime routines, workout routines, 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5 routines. Because if there's one thing I need, it's to feel like I'm being unproductive in both my professional life and my personal one. I'm failing around the clock. Yeah! The internet just makes us feel like there is always something we could be improving, like how the inside of your fridge looks, or how the outside of you looks.
And I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. If you look ugly, if you look crazy, that's all on you, baby.
Over the past few years, I feel like beauty routines have gone from don't forget to wear your SPF to don't forget your 2-hour nightly beauty routine that involves lasers, literally lasers. So I just finished applying this serum and then I harness the full concentrated power of the sun. The more influencers we have, the more beauty trends we have. And the more beauty trends we have, the more I want to scream. We also have TikTok Shop now, which incentivizes influencers to promote an endless amount of skincare products, which as a result incentivizes them to have an endless skincare routine. But even that's not enough anymore. Your 2-hour nighttime routine, that's rookie stuff, because now your routine needs to last all night long.
My bonnet on, my skin garment, and then my outfit on. So good night, guys. Good morning, guys.
One of the newer beauty trends is what TikTok likes to call a morning shed. And no, that is not a euphemism for waking up with a boner, even though sheds are made of wood, and it would make complete sense if it was that. A morning shed is a routine that happens before your actual morning routine, where you remove all of the products that you wore overnight. The general rule of thumb seems to be every inch of your skin needs to be covered with something. Your pores shouldn't be allowed to breathe. You shouldn't be allowed to breathe. An example of a typical morning shed product is this jaw strap that I'm not personally convinced does anything. To try and figure out what it's supposed to do, I found a similar one on Amazon, and this says that it's an effective bandage designed to double chin and sagging skin. Wait, it's gonna double my sagging skin? Is it gonna give it to the next person? If you're still not sold, they have before and after pictures like these, and as you can see, the results are so instantaneous that she didn't even have a chance to move. She's in the exact same pose. It's almost like this is the same picture. If you're advertising a beauty product and you use Photoshop in the before and after pictures, why are you doing that? This is arguably the last place you should use Photoshop when you're trying to demonstrate how something works. All right, now remove your cake from the oven and it should look something like this. Mine looks nothing like that. Must be a personal failing. You should really let this affect your self-esteem. Hey, she used magic. I saw her use a magic wand on that. What? You used magic? Just a little bit. That's cheating. Toadu Can't Bake says what? What? No! Dang it. The official slogan for morning sheds is the uglier you go to bed, the prettier you'll wake up. And I don't like any of that. Firstly, they're not going to bed ugly. They're not ugly. They're just going to bed uncomfortably. Extremely so. Like in some of these videos, you can see the indents that this jaw strap will leave in people's skin. And sometimes people will even wear 2 of them at the same time. I don't know about the science behind this, and I haven't deep dived to find out if people really do see results. But if the claim is that wearing this will eventually change your jaw because it's pressing against it, wouldn't that mean that it would also change everywhere else it's pressing against? Like, wouldn't the top of your head also change over time? Sure, I have a dent in the top of my head and a dent in the both sides of my head. But look at this jawline. A small price to pay for beauty. Morning sheds even go beyond the face sometimes.
Get a castor oil pack from Amazon for $12. Pour it over my liver to support detoxification, specifically with excess estrogen, which can cause like different PMS. Helps with digestion, constipation, inflammation.
And I'm not a doctor. I know it's hard to believe because I look so intelligent and I'm always performing unlicensed surgeries out of my garage. But I do know in order for something to have an effect on your organs, it needs to be in contact with your organs. I don't think castor oil is penetrating your skin and getting into your organs. It's laying on top of your skin. This is like putting saran wrap on top of your fries and then salting the saran wrap. Also, she says it detoxifies her liver, but the liver is already a detoxifier. That's the liver's full-time job.
Helps with digestion, constipation, inflammation. You can put it over your ovaries and it'll help with cysts.
It's gonna help the cysts? What's it gonna help them do? Is it gonna double those too? I don't want them to do that. You know what I do want is to talk about today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by CookUnity. CookUnity is the first to deliver fresh, chef-crafted meals right to your door every single week. With CookUnity, you get to choose from over 350 different meal options that have been created and fully cooked by the bestest, chefest of chefs you can find. All you gotta do is heat it up. I do like to cook, I'm just bad at all of the things you need to do in order to cook. I'm not good at planning ahead. I'm a YouTuber, so that's a job requirement. And I always forget I need to start cooking before I'm completely starving. But with Cookunity, it only takes me a few minutes to prep my food, so not even my poor planning can keep me away from a fresh, hot meal. This week, my favorites were the barbecue chicken burrito bowl made by Chef Ruben, the buffalo chicken baked potato by Angelia Cole, and the panko crusted salmon also made by Chef Ruben. This guy knows what he's doing, you know? He should be a chef or something. The baked potato was so good and smelled so amazing, the boy clearly wanted me to share, but unfortunately, I didn't even leave a crumb behind. The subscription is flexible. You can skip a week or pause whenever you want to, and if you don't have time to choose your meals for the week, Cookunity can select them for you based on your past taste preferences. They get me. They're in my head. In a good way, because I can't stop thinking about them. If you want to check them out, just go to cookunity.com/Chad50 or click the link in the description and use code Chad50 to get half off your first order. Thanks to Cookunity for sponsoring, and let's get back to the video. Another trademark of Morning Sheds are wrinkle patches, which you can wear just about anywhere really. Your forehead, your under eyes, your neck, your chest.
We tend to focus our skincare on our face, but what about the other areas that we often neglect? For the chest, I fully trust the reusable Sia chest lift patches and their preventative and corrective effect.
Just because we're not constantly monitoring the aesthetic of every single inch of our bodies doesn't mean we're neglecting them. I love how this is worded like you're doing something wrong if you're not using this product. We tend to focus our skincare on our faces. At least you do. And you're a massive piece of shit for that. We just keep expanding to new body parts that need wrinkle patches, but we're not going to be able to keep up. Every part of the body is going to wrinkle because every part of the body is covered in skin, hopefully, unless you're Gus Fring. So what these brands really should do is think ahead and invent a full body wrinkle patch. You just slip it on at night and take it off in the morning like a cocoon. Having to shed in the morning already makes us sound like cicadas, so we might as well act like one too. Good morning. Morning. You shedding today? Yeah. You? Yeah. Another product I see a lot is mouth tape. Mouth taping has gotten pretty popular. This is where you put something over your mouth to keep yourself from breathing through it, and the TikTok claims are that this will eventually improve your jaw and face shape. Day 1. Day 30. Whoa, that's a crazy transformation. And you're telling me all I have to do is wear this brand's mouth tape and wear the exact same shirt and earrings for 30 days straight and do my eyeliner the exact same way that I did in the before picture and have some red spots on my chin where I just got chin filler and then that's it and that's all I have to do?
Mouth breathing at night makes you ugly. It also affects your posture. It causes poor oral health. It even affects your central nervous system that runs down your spine.
Hey, what's wrong with having this nose and chin? Could you just explain why this nose is better than this nose, please? Can you let us know why the bigger nose is bad with using your words, please? Also, were these listed in order of importance? Because some of them sound way worse than others. Breathing through your mouth will make you look a little different. It'll also completely shut down your nervous system and you'll die forever from it. I really can't stand the fact that pictures like this and this are what they're using to try and sell us on mouth tape because people just look like this. Not because they're unattractive, not because they're doing anything wrong, not because they're not buying your product, but because they just are. And they use these images and say things like,
please don't walk outside if your jawline looks like this. There are families out here trying to enjoy their summer.
If your jawline looks like this, you don't deserve to see the sun. If your jawline can't cut glass, then you also can't cut it as a human being.
But don't worry, you can fix this. You probably just been a mouth breather this whole time.
Okay, good. All right. Phew, it's fixable. How do we fix it?
All you gotta do is start using this mouth tape. And it's super easy to apply. All you gotta do is just gently put it on your mouth. Pack of these will usually be over $50. But you know I got you guys. I have a link down here for under $20.
Okay, all we have to do is buy this product he happens to be selling and happens to make a profit from. I like this guy. If there's one thing about people who want your money is that you can always trust them to be upfront with you. I do like that he dedicated a whole PowerPoint to letting us know how ugly we are. Hey, do you look like this? Well, don't. Cut that out. Whenever you walk outside, people scream and cry. This is your mom crying because of how ugly you are. This is your girlfriend crying. This is your dog crying.
This is good for a mouth breather so you don't look like this. I used to look like this and now I do not because I use mouth tape and I also use the chin garment or like the neck strap, whatever. But if you sleep with your mouth open, that's probably what you look like. Yeah, it helps you sleep with your mouth closed and also helps you
It doesn't help you breathe through your mouth. It makes you. You have no other option. Unless you're using like mesh tape, this is taking away your backup oxygen supply. As someone with asthma, if I take my mouth while sleeping, I would have the best sleep of my life. Because it would be the last sleep of my life. Saying mouth tape helps you breathe through your nose is like saying the cannon helps you walk the plank. What else are you supposed to do? It really seems like they're throwing everything at the wall because suddenly everything can be linked back to not using mouth tape.
Did you also know that mouth breathing has been linked to a ton of health conditions, including anxiety, depression, sleep apnea, insomnia, high blood pressure, heart failure? and dental abnormalities.
Guys, this is what's causing anxiety and depression. It was never trauma or being raised by a father who didn't think women should be allowed to vote. It was my breathing. I guess I really was the issue all along. I guess you can claim anything is caused by breathing incorrectly when breathing causes everything. Breathing is a main building block in how our bodies function, so this is a very correlation versus causation argument. The victim was breathing at the scene of the robbery. The suspect proceeded to fire 10 arrows into the victim's chest, as well as an additional arrow between their eyes, which seems a little over the top. We have concluded from the evidence that the victim's cause of death was that they stopped breathing. Any questions? Yes. Would you like to keep the murder or double it and give it to the next person? Double it. Great. I should mention that almost all of the videos that talk about mouth taping are sponsored by mouth tape. If you search mouth tape on TikTok, you'll have to scroll forever to find a single video where the creator doesn't earn commission somehow. And that's probably because these mouth tape pieces cost literal pennies to manufacture. So this is the ideal product for TikTok shop owners. There's a big profit margin and they can make it even bigger by going on TikTok and giving people new insecurities until they use the product. The product. And you don't just need more products for your face, you need more products for your hands too. This is a routine to maintain your hand beauty. As you can see, it's 15 steps, which is also how close I am to jumping off a bridge. We start off with a cleanser, then we dry the hands, then we get the hands wet again, then we exfoliate and moisturize, nothing too crazy. Then you shave the hairs off of your hand because our hands also need to be bald like every other part of our bodies. Looking at all of these has made me pretty tired, so I should try and get a really good rest, and the only way to do that is by following all of the steps in these videos. Okay guys, it's 11:14. Zoom in on the time, show what time it is. We're not lying, we're not freaking lying. And guys, because I'm an old woman, that means that it is time to get ready for bed. A little spit on that. This is everything we need for our morning shed routine. We'll just do a quick little haul. This is a Hydro Boost Hydrating Hydrogel Mask. It's 100% hydrogel mask. Leave skin supple and hydrated. I don't like the word supple. It says leave on for 15 to 30 minutes, so I think if we leave it on for about 8 hours, that should be fine. Can't forget the lips. This is a vegan collagen lip mask, moisturized and plump, made with wild cherries panthenol. I do leave for a trip the day after tomorrow, and if I wake up with just rashes and irritation all over my face, it's gonna be really cool for me. This looks like a really small bra. This looks like you put boobs in it. And last but not least, don't forget the hands. The hands need to be beautiful and youthful and bald. And you know what? I decided, why stop there? Why not take it a step further? A step, because it's feet. For severely dry skin, I don't have that. And last but not least, we have our mouth tape. Now, I tried to buy mouth tape that was kind of like a mesh so that I could survive the night. And as you can see, that's not mesh. All right, that's the haul. Now it's time to put the haul on my face and my hands and my feet. Head, shoulders, something, knees and toes. What are the words? Head.
So no head?
Head. Alexa, play
Baby by Justin Bieber.
Alexa, play Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. I look like Manny from Ice Age. I can't get the other one. I got it very easy. Don't stir my feet. Time to go to bed. After all that hard work, I was ready to pass out, but I couldn't pass out because I was so incredibly uncomfortable. I couldn't find a single position where the wrinkle patches weren't stabbing into my skin or the official jaw strap product wasn't choking me out. The mouth tape was specifically uncomfortable. I'm not sure what was causing it, but my lips burned. They burned really, really bad. I tried to ignore it as long as I could by imagining how sharp my jawline would be if I just pushed through the pain, but I was just too weak and beta-minded.
I've been trying to fall asleep, but I can't fall asleep. My upper lip was burning, and I don't think I should leave it for the rest of the night.
Even though I was exhausted, I ended up tossing and turning until 3 in the morning, meaning I got about 3 hours of blissful beauty sleep.
I'm so uncomfortable, I can't sleep. This better make me so fucking hot. Am I hot? Ow, cut the camera. Cut the camera.
And here are the results. My under eyes were completely wrecked, as was my neck. This redness didn't go away until later in the day, and it was irritated for days after this. Some of it could have been user error, but again, these are official wrinkle patches I use. They aren't just random pieces of paper I decided to put on my face. They're supposed to be used this way, and this was what happened.
That hurts. This is the face of a well-rested individual.
But you know what they say, beauty is pain. If it ain't hurting, it ain't working. Am I right, ladies? There is no greater pain than the knowledge that I will never be enough. After this experiment, I had more questions than I had answers. Why did I still have lines in my skin? Why didn't I feel sexier? Why do I sound like that when I'm wearing my retainer?
Top of the morning to you, ladies. My name is Sexcepticon.
And I pondered these questions for many days, racking my brain, trying to figure it out. And after all that reflection, I was able to formulate the perfect beauty routine. I found a routine where you don't have to put wrinkle patches on every inch of your body, where you can actually get good sleep and be considered attractive. A routine so good, basically no one will feel the need to criticize every aspect of your appearance 24/7. And it's pretty easy, so I went ahead and filmed a tutorial for that one too.
Step 1. Make sure your hair is out of your face. Step 2. Be a fucking man.
I know I've criticized a lot of the methods in these videos, but I don't want to criticize people for feeling like they need to use them. There's so much pressure to constantly look our best that it can feel like we have no choice but to try and keep up. No one willingly chooses to look at themselves as something that needs improvement or needs 1,000 changes to be acceptable. And it's getting a lot harder because trends aren't just how we do our eyeshadow anymore. It's our faces and bodies that go in and very quickly out of style. Women who got plastic surgery 2 years ago to try and fit a beauty standard are being ridiculed now because there's a new one. We don't compare ourselves to the people around us anymore. We compare ourselves to all of the people ever, but we only see the versions of each other that we've decided is good enough to be seen. Of course, when we see ourselves how we are and then see everyone else how they wish they were, we're going to be disappointed. I don't say all of this because I have some kind of grand solution, because I don't. I also do skincare routines. I also got lip filler when everyone else was, but I don't think all this improvement is improvement. I don't think it's beauty if getting prettier makes the way we think about ourselves uglier. So maybe the real improvement was realizing that chasing perfection is a never-ending hamster wheel objective, and that looking at yourself as a project doesn't benefit anyone except the companies that line their pockets with your insecurities. That we made along the way. I'm gonna go shave the microscopic hairs off my knuckles now. Thank you for subscribing, and if you are still here, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you clicking on my video out of all the videos that are on here. I hit myself really hard, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.